Welcome to Veteran Support.
Before I go back, I'll show you guys here what I was talking about real quick. So you'll see this is the child incident that was just added from me resolving the other incident. And if you want to see all these records, you just go to related records, and then you put load related list at the bottom here, and then you can see all of the tickets, child incidents here related to this. But just for the recording here, I'll go back to the front. And again, this is just the ITIL dashboard. Once you have access, um, you'll be able to see all right now, I believe it says you need to have the correct permissions, but you'll see the numbers listed. Again, knowledge is just knowledge articles. So known issues or known errors, tier two, tier three knowledge articles. These are all really useful for if it's a known issue or something that's common, it may help you find the team that needs to get it. Um, my approvals we don't really use. Tickets assigned to me are just tickets that you've assigned to yourself or someone has assigned to you. Um, my team's work. These are all of our active tickets that are in the queue. Tickets that are assigned to you will also be here. It's just easier to view them if you go to the tickets assigned to me. You'll see a lot of these are already assigned to me or Shantae. Uh, Once you're in a ticket, I can show you guys this as well. Like this may be an issue. We could look at unable to access va.gov. And you pull up the ticket, so it's going to have the short description and the detailed description. Snow, there is not supposed to be PII. Sometimes it is in there, but there is not supposed to be. So the case notes can be pretty vague. You don't get a lot of information, and because the veteran themselves cannot be in snow unless it's a VA employee or contractor that's having the issue. We can't contact them. So a lot of times we just close those tickets because there's nothing we can do to contact the veteran. In some cases, we can maybe escalate it to the team. Uh, like if it's a benefits letter issue, um, or an IAM error, for example, those come in here sometimes as well. Um, you would just go ahead and change that to the correct team. And the way you would do that is you would come to the assignment group here. So let's pretend this is an IAM issue. You would click the search icon, and this can get tricky. I forget the exact, but you would just type in IAM, and because it's so broad, it can be difficult to find the team you're looking for. And I'm not going to be able to find it, of course, but if you know the name of the team, it's important. If someone asks you to send it to them in Snow, so if you're talking to a product team, let's say in Slack, or someone tells you, hey, you need to reach out to this team, they have a snow queue, you need to ask the name of the snow queue because you'll run into this issue I'm running into now. The names there's so many groups in snow. I think there's about 7,000. It's really hard to find them by just searching them. So having the full group name is really helpful. But what you would do, I'll just do our team as an example since it's already in our queue, but you would do VA dot, that usually works for us, but here's our team. Each team has a description. So if you're not sure if that's the correct team, they should have a description of what their team handles. Um, you would then just go ahead and click on it and it'll assign it to that team. And you need to click update for the change to take effect. Whenever you do assign it to an assignment group, you do have to add work notes to do that. So just a brief description of why you're doing it. It needs to go in the yellow here. And I was mentioning earlier, so the work notes are only visible to technicians, so they're not customer visible. But being that almost everyone that's in this system is also a VA employee, they most likely can see these notes. So just keep that in mind. Um, if you wanted to add regular notes, so if you wanted to, let's say there's a situation where this is a VA employee that submitted a ticket for a change to a VA.gov page and you wanted to let them know an update or that you were, hey, like we're in contact with a product team, you might potentially be able to get this over to them. You would add it to the additional comments, customer visible here, and it would send them an email as well, letting them know that you've added notes. Um, Other than that, there's not too much more as far as when you're working these tickets. It is always a good idea to assign it to yourself. That's really easy. You just go to assign to, type in your name, or you can use your user ID or email. But if you've previously used the field, recent selections will just pop up, so you can click it like this. And actually, the same thing happens for groups. So if you've assigned it to a group recently, it should populate, but it's not, of course. Let's see what else is there. Any questions as far as all that? Just
Yeah,
navigating the tickets or?
I got a question. No, when it comes to navigating tickets, I understand that, but when it comes to like assigning to a group, right? You're talking to an individual on Slack, and they're like, "Yeah, can you assign me this? Can you assign this ticket to me?" Is there ever a situation where an individual works for multiple groups and not just one?
That can happen. Usually that's not the case. Usually they have an assigned a queue that that they either they manage or that they are working in. So they'll tell you the queue to send it to or the assignment group. But theoretically that could happen. Like Shantae, for example, I think is so she has our team and then she also has the profile team and they both have queues in Snow. So depending on the issue, she would have to tell someone, hey, you can assign that to me. And then she'd need to give the exact group because if you just search for her name, it may show either queue.
Gotcha. So getting the group name is pretty important then.
Yes, if someone's telling you to assign them a ticket, it's very helpful to ask them what the group name is, the exact group name.
Gotcha.
Because yeah, I'll show you guys. So on the left side here, and there's a whole bunch. I think it's gonna cut me off. It only lets me do 40-minute meetings because I don't have the premium version of Zoom. But um, groups over here, this is what I was mentioning. So each assignment group or team, um, I'm not going to save those changes right now. Uh, but you can see there's 7,528 groups in Snow for us. So searching them can be difficult. The other way you can search is if you do know the group manager, if they say they're the group manager or the queue manager, you can search by that name as well. That could be helpful if they forgot to give you the group or they didn't give it to you. Um, A lot of these panes on this left side are things we already have on our dashboard. You can get to the knowledge articles here. Um, Something you will want to do, and this is something I want to do as soon as you get access, pretty much, for creating tickets. You'll want to search incident, and it won't show for me because I already have it favorited, but you'll want to search incident and then create new. Um, this is just for when we're creating tickets. Um, Really easy to add to your favorites once you're on the page. So like the knowledge homepage here, you'll see you just click the star right here and that adds it to your favorites. So it's easy to get to later on this top bar. You also can use history. So like you can see all the group like incidents I've been in, all the different dashboards. Um, I won't show you guys how to create the IAM tickets right now. That's already recorded. Um, and that requires PII, so we have to stop the recording for that. Um, But this is what a blank ticket would look like once you get in here. All the fields with the red star are required when you're submitting a ticket. And once you're done filling it out, you just click submit. That's pretty straightforward. Um, are there any other questions you guys had or anything else you guys want me to cover? Anything on the side here you saw you want me to dig into or that's pretty much it right now. It's just unfortunately a lot of the tickets we can't work. Um, so you're gonna be doing what I did where you go and you read it. You either know the team that it needs to go to just off of experience, or you're going to have to ask around. Uh, Slack's a great tool for that. Trying to find product teams that may be able to help. and then eventually finding their group in snow. But that's about it.
You guys have any questions before you shut this down?
I guess, are we able to see, was this just to show us ServiceNow stuff? Or what about like the HRC
Yeah, so that's I can show you guys the Dynamics 2
dynamics?
snow process. We'll just have to stop the recording because that requires me pulling up a lot of PII.
Fine with
And
me.
yeah, so we can go ahead and do that now if you want. I can show you guys how that works.
All right, so I'll stop the recording then.